Unica jigs are designed in conjunction with kitchen fitters to offer the latest design features. They are made from 13mm compact laminate and are guaranteed never to warp. They are manufactured on CNC machinery using the very latest diamond tooling to ensure a perfectly smooth finish. Unica offer a technical support helpline. Telephone 0191 259 7876. Unica Hot Rod and Drainer Jig is dual function for routing sloping drainage grooves in solid timber work surfaces and routing mounting grooves for hot rods. In this film, we will be showing the drainage grooves. Before you start, you need to check you have the right equipment. To route drainage grooves, you will need router, 10mm diameter ball-nosed cutter, 30mm guide bush, quick release clamps. Position the assembled jig on the section of worktop that you wish to route. Line up the edge of the worktop with the lines on the jig. Position it carefully so that it is square. Clamp the jig to the worktop using the top or bottom edges of the jig only to ensure they will not obstruct the path of the router. Always work in a clockwise direction when cutting. The jig is designed to allow the router cutter to pass through the edge of the worktop. Set the router so that the cutter sits just above the worktop when the router is at the top end on one of the slots. Start the router from the sink aperture end. Position the router in the first slot. Firmly push against the far edge of the slot and slowly bring the router up the length of the jig. Bring the router back in the opposite direction, but this time pulling against the near side edge of the slot. Ensure that the router cutter passes out of the wood at the sink end. Now proceed to route the other grooves. This jig will give you a slot length of 430mm. The jig slopes at an angle of 1 degree, which gives a maximum groove depth of 7mm at the deepest point. When routing is complete, remove any rough edges with a fine-grade sandpaper. The worktop can now be oiled with Unica Solid Wood Worktop Oil or Solid Wood Worktop Mousse.